Thank you for taking the time to review this presentation, which contains some of the key information that parents need as they prepare their child for transition to the Griffin School. So that you don't get bored listening to just one voice, you'll hear from three people. Myself, Nikki Edwards, head teacher here at the Griffin, Nikki Dodgson, assistant head who looks after our community and pastoral support, Shirley Yo, who runs our finances and operation team, including being our bus guru. This year we find ourselves in a very unusual situation, so we hope that this presentation will provide you with as much information as you need. If you have further questions or concerns, please do email us on the link shown on this slide. You might remember at our open evening I explained that at the Griffin School we want our students and our staff to experience life in all its fullness. Exam results are very important, of course, but education should be about so much more than that. We want our students to explore all their gifts and talents. That's why we offer a myriad of opportunities in terms of clubs, trips and visits. We have everything from chess to rugby, from big band to Lego, from school productions to eco clubs. It's all there. Please take a look at our website to see our recent newsletters and lots of examples of the activities our students get involved in. Pastoral care is hugely important to us. We want to be the big school with a small school feel. Care is centred around our year groups. Each year group is led by a head of year. For next September in Year 7 that will be Mrs. Jansen, and a deputy head of year for next year, Mrs. Kuprovitz, often known as Mrs. K, as well as their tutor team. Surrounding the team are many layers of support, including our student hub and blue room teams, as well as counsellors, our SEND team, and a myriad of outside agencies who are there to support our students through the highs and lows of their teenage years. We love to celebrate success in all of its forms. Year groups have regular celebratory assemblies, and each year we have our annual prize giving in Sherborne Abbey, where we celebrate academic success as well as personal progress and contribution to our school community. As I mentioned before, we pride ourselves on excellent pastoral care for our students, but we also want to work in partnership with you. If there's anything you need, or if you have any concerns, please do let us know. Being a parent of teenagers is hugely challenging, and it's something for which we're not given any training at all. Remember, you're not alone. We're there every step of the way with you.
There'll be a number of key contacts for your child while they're at Griffin. Obviously the head of year, Mrs. Jansen, will be a key person in their life. She's supported by a deputy head of year and a team of tutors. The tutor should be your first point of contact, and you'll have an individualised card with all the direct email addresses and phone numbers for the year office. Helping with transition is the Principal Learning Manager, Debbie Alexander, and myself.
Understandably, people often worry about bullying during transition times. In any school, there will be examples of unkind behaviour, and we are no exception. But what I promise you is that if you let us know if there is an issue, we will sort it out. Sometimes with teenagers, things get quite complicated and it can take a little while to get to the bottom of issues. But our pastoral teams are really used to coping with this, so please never hesitate to let us know if you're worried. Please encourage your son or daughter to choose at least one club or activity to be part of in school. It really does make such a difference. For example, being part of a choir or a school production enables Year 7s to work with year groups right the way up to Year 13. It's a wonderfully enriching experience for everyone and generates memories that last a lifetime. A typical school day is very busy. Students move around the building a lot, and at the beginning of Year 7 they do get particularly tired. Please encourage your son or daughter to pack their bag the night before with just the things they need for the next day. This slide shows the shape of a typical school day. Let's look at the kind of things that might happen in the day. On arrival, your son or daughter will go to their tutor base to register. After that comes lesson 1. On this day, perhaps maths could be the first lesson, and that's the only subject that we set in. It could be followed by creative design, which could be in a textiles room. After lesson 2, there's always a break. It's really important that your son or daughter has a snack to eat at that point, because they need the energy boost in what is a very long morning. Lesson 3 could be French, lesson 4 might be PE. After the 4th lesson, there's a lunch break. Lunch is usually quite long. That allows clubs and activities to take place during lunchtime. At the end of lunchtime, there's always a period of tutor time or an assembly. And following that is period 5. For example, in this case, we could be looking at going to science. The school day ends at 3:30. Please aim for 100% attendance. Put in its simplest terms, students who aren't in school don't learn. Those students with poor attendance generally achieve less well and might well miss out on crucial grades, which are vital to their next steps into the sixth form or onto apprenticeships.
There are a number of ways of keeping in contact with the school. As we all know, some students are brilliant at passing on messages and others not quite so good. We'll have a parent intranet which you can access, which will have specific information about the individual year group. Obviously we've got the school Twitter account, we've got the school Facebook page. We'll also send out specific letters on events, meetings and activities. We do try and send out as much as we can by email, obviously to reduce printing out 240 paper letters. So please do make sure that you keep your email address with us up to date. Each year we have a subject-based parents' evening and also a tutor-based parents' evening near the beginning of the year, just when the students are settling in. Alongside this we have 2 reviews and also the school website. But please do email in, contact us if you have any concerns at all. So far during the transition process, I've been liaising with the Year 6 teachers, swapping emails and meeting with them virtually to find out lots of information about the students who are going to join us. We've recently sent out induction packs with all of the information that we'd have passed on during our visits, as well as some extra bits of information like the pictures and messages from the head of year. We're going to continue to send out information to you, including a Year 7 booklet, some summer challenges, and we'll be producing video messages from the Pastoral team so that the students can get to know the teachers who they'll be working with. The easiest way to access the school's online facilities is through the intranet. You can access the intranet through the Griffin web page, as you can see where it is circled in the image on the slide. On the intranet you'll be able to access Assignment Manager, you'll be able to see Wisepay and also remote apps which will help students when working at home.
Hello, I'm Shirley Yeo, Finance and Operations Manager at the Griffin, and I'm here to give you information about travelling to and from school and how Wisepay, our parent payment portal, works. Students who live in Dorset within the school's catchment area and who are eligible for free transport to school will travel on one of 8 routes operated by South West Coaches on behalf of the council. Dorset Council will send you details of your child's route during the summer term. A smart bus pass will be issued separately by South West Coaches. This pass will need to be produced to the driver every time your child uses the bus. If your child forgets their pass in the morning, they will be able to board the bus to school, but will need to obtain a temporary pass to travel home. Temporary passes must be returned to the finance office the next day. Please ask your child to take great care of any bus pass issued to them, as replacements cost £20 each. For some students who live in the Milbourne, Port and Henstridge areas of Somerset, Somerset County Council will also provide free transport to the Griffin. If your child is eligible for this transport, you should have already been told this by Somerset County Council. Letters confirming which route your child will travel on will be sent out by the council during the summer term, and bus passes will be available from the school at the start of the autumn term. For students living in other areas, the Griffin School contracts transport itself to offer an option for out-of-catchment students to get to school. The cost of an annual bus pass is £950. We offer a 12-monthly instalment plan payable via Wisepay to help you spread the cost. I will explain more about this later. As the school has to pay for the buses for a whole year, we regret no refunds will be available if your child decides to give up their seat. There will be some slight changes to routes from September, and detailed information about the routes together with the application process can be found on the school's website in the school transport area. Some routes, particularly those from Yeovil, can be very popular. The application process will open to all students in years 7 to 11 on the 22nd of June at 8 AM, and seats will be allocated on a first-come, first-served basis. If you are unsure about your child's eligibility to receive free transport to school, please contact either Dorset Council or Somerset County Council, depending on where you live. Wisepay is our online payment portal enabling parents to make electronic payment for school transport, dinner money, trips and educational resources. You will shortly receive login details for your child's Wisepay account in the post, together with a fact sheet explaining more about how to use Wisepay. If you are planning to apply for a seat on a Griffin contracted bus at a cost of £950, you will need to log into Wisepay to do so. If you haven't received your Wisepay account details by the 10th of June, please contact the finance team at the email address shown. We will send them to you by return. Details of how to apply for a bus are on our website in the school transport area. An initial payment of £70 is required to book a place on the school bus. When paying, please choose the recurring payment option so that future monthly instalments can be made automatically, preventing you getting behind with your payments. It is also important you download the bus application form from Wisepay and send it back to us as soon as possible. Payment and consent for trips such as Carey Camp are also made using Wisepay. You can also add funds to your child's Wisepay dinner money account, enabling them to buy food and drink from a school cafe without the need to bring cash into school. To make accessing Wisepay easier for you, you can download the Wisepay app onto your smartphone. To use this app, you will need the school's organisation code as shown on the screen. If you have any questions about anything I've said, please do email the finance team and we will be pleased to help.
We are so pleased that your child is joining us in September. Remember, we're in this together. Let us know if we can do anything to support you. We want your child's experience to be special and for them to have the opportunity to live life in all of its fullness, so that as they leave the Griffin in 2027, they are confident young people ready to take their next steps.